Hello everybody, what is up? My name is Y4Y4 and welcome to my Preseason 6 Zed Guide. So my favorite runes for Zed are flat CDR blues and 1 CDR quint to give me 10% cooldown reduction at level 1. For the rest of the runes I take 2 AD quints, AD marks, and scaling HP yellows. Additionally, you could take a more standard AD rune page like this one, but you would be sacrificing the CDR and scaling HP for a little bit more early resistances. This rune page is just made up of AD quints, AD marks, armor yellows, and magic resist blues. For summoner spells, I go Flash and Ignite because Zed is an assassin and the Ignite allows him to secure kills easier. So for Zed's masteries, I use 12 in the Ferocity tree and 18 in the Cunning tree. Now I start off with 5 points in Wanderer because the points in Savagery is not needed because Zed's passive allows last hitting to be super easy. Next I put a point into Assassin because Zed is an assassin and you want to deal as much extra damage as you can, especially when you're 1v1ing targets. Next I put 5 points into Merciless because you deal increased damage to people with 40% or lower health. Next I put a point into Dangerous Game because it allows Zed to have more HP and energy back after getting kills. I put 5 points into Precision for extra armor penetration. Finally, I put a point into Thunderlord's Decree because it's almost as if this Keystone Mastery was made just for Zed. Taking a look over at the Ferocity tree, I put 5 points into Sorcery to allow for increased ability damage for all of Zed's abilities. I put a point into Feast because it's useful in lane because a lot of times you take extra harass since you're melee. I put 5 points into Vampirism because this also allows for a little bit extra sustain in laning phase. Finally, I put a point into Oppressor because practically every time you're doing damage to somebody with Zed, you use your E to slow them first. Looking at skill order, you go QWE levels 1, 2, and 3, and then you max your ult, and then your Q, and then your E, and finally you max your W last. So for me, Zed's starting items are pretty simple and I've never taken anything else besides a longsword and 3 HP pots. So on my first back I look to get 2 different main items, either Caulfield's Warhammer or Serrated Dirk. Usually I go Caulfield's Warhammer because that allows for an extra 10% cooldown reduction, but if you see that the enemy laner has already built some cloth armor or something like that, then you definitely want to go for the Serrated Dirk because it allows for additional armor penetration. Both of these items are built from the longsword and they total to be 1100 gold each. So the 3 core items I get on Zed are Yomu's Ghostblade first, Blade of the Ruined King second, and Lord Dominic's Regards later in the build, depending on how much armor the enemy team is stacking and the people that I want to kill have. From there on, I choose any of the following items to finish the build with Zed: Maw of Malmortius, Guardian Angel, Infinity Edge, Mercurial Scimitar, Black Cleaver, Bloodthirster, Death's Dance, Ravenous Hydra, although I don't typically build the last 2. Your choice of boots on Zed is also pretty important. The majority of the time I go with Mercury's Treads. These boots allow Zed a little bit more resistance against CC because of the tenacity. Sometimes I build Boots of Mobility on Zed if I'm feeling like roaming a lot, or if I'm against an opponent that I've won in lane and now he's been roaming and now I need to roam to follow him. I'll build Ninja Tabby if the whole team is AD, or if my opponent laner is AD and he's doing a lot of damage to me. Finally, I don't really build Boots of Lucidity, but you can build them if you didn't take the extra CDR in your runes and you're ahead in lane. So coming from all of that, here are 2 example builds that I would build on Zed. Neither of them are more common than the other. Every build is situational on Zed. As long as I get the core items, I just choose what other items I think will work best given the 2 different team comps. But I usually build Yomu's first because it's a better item than Blade of the Ruined King because it allows for extra attack damage and CDR, along with its active. I've tended to build Black Cleaver more often because it allows for extra survivability and the extra CDR capping you at 40%. So some bad matchups for Zed are Fizz, Kayle, Lissandra, Zillion, Lulu, and Malzahar. Fizz's E allows him to negate the majority of your damage when you're trying to all in him. Kayle's ult allows her to survive from your ult. Lissandra's ult is practically another Zanya's. Zillion's ult will just revive him if you happen to kill him. Lulu's polymorph will not allow you to get any damage off when you try and ult her if she saves that. Malzahar's ult suppresses you, so obviously you're not going to get much done there. So here are some of my favorite spell combinations that I use on Zed. Zed's most common spell combination is the WEQ combination. You place your shadow to where the enemy champion is, use your E on them to slow them, and then try and hit both Qs on them. If this is done successfully, you'll proc Thunderlord's Decree, and you'll most likely win any trade. Use this combination in lane to harass the enemy laner down until they're low enough to go all in on them. My favorite combination that I like to use as Zed to all-in people is to W and E to slow them, then to ult them. Then since your shadow is already out, you can instantly land 3 Qs on the enemy, which will most likely do enough damage to kill them. Also, the WE might actually surprise them and they might blow their flash, allowing you to gap close them with your ulti. Another really useful combination for Zed is the WEW. This is useful for catching people because you W your shadow to them, E them to slow them, and then instantly go to where your shadow is, and then you can usually finish them off, and sometimes you don't even have to ulti. A lot of the time, if you're going for a squishier target, you're able to just ult and then EQ or E auto attack and get out really quick and still achieve a kill. So I think I've pretty much covered what I've wanted to cover with this short little build guide. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and be sure to leave a like and share the video with your friends, all those people out there wanting to learn how to play Zed to some extent. And with that, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.